Hey guys, Marstaken here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so today we are going to be talking about the Resurrection of F Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Vegeta banner that is going to be dropping very soon on Global. By the time this video goes up, I think it's like 12 hours until the banner comes out or something like that. I will be live streaming summons, so make sure you guys come over and check that out. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel, hit that bell notification, all that good stuff. Follow me on Twitter, join the Discord, any of those things. You know what YouTube is like sometimes with notifications, but I do post on all of my social medias when I am going to start a stream. So who knows, maybe I'll see you guys there. I feel like people in my stream always seem to get lucky. I'm in the middle of buying all the sales because annoyingly they never add the sales before the banner, they all come out at the same time. So I'm sat there buying all the sales and people in my chat are talking about the Goku Black Rifts and Whis animations that they're getting. So stop by, maybe get a bit of that stream luck. And but yeah, I guess before we get into that, we're going to talk about whether or not you should even summon on the banner. So you've probably seen a lot of people memeing about this on Twitter already since we got the announcement that we were going to be getting this and not Vegeta and Trunks, as we all had assumed. Now, it's funny because I've been saying for a very long time, it seems like all this year pretty much, when people say, oh, you know, this is going to happen because of this, or this is not going to happen because of this, the number one thing I feel like I've been saying all year is the fact that Dokkan keeps changing things up, and we never really know exactly what they're going to do when it comes to not only new things that could come out on JP, new mechanics, new events, stuff like that, but even, you know, what the changes are going to be, if any, to the global schedule. And this is obviously one of those times where they have made a pretty significant change based on what they did last year. Now, funnily enough, they've moved back into more of the pattern of what they did the year before that, which we will look at a little bit later when we discuss what is coming up after this banner. So we're getting the Resurrection of F Blues banner instead of Vegeta and Trunks. I feel like for most people this is an easy skip. Now you guys know that I push the Heroes agenda pretty hard. Heroes is going to be coming out later on in the month, and the way I would describe this unit, I was talking to my friend at work about them today, I do actually think that the Resurrection of F Blues are good. I think they're a fun unit. I like their animations. I think the English dub of the active skill is pretty good. They are a fun unit, and if you pull them, you'll probably have fun using them. They are good. They probably are. I would say they definitely are underrated. They're not like super great. They're not like a top 10 TUR, but they are good. They are fun. So if you pull them, you know, you're going to have fun using them. And that's kind of the point, right? It's a PvE game. Enjoy them if you want them, right? But the way I would describe them is that they just absolutely are not a unit that you need to have. Like, unless you... There are no events that I can think of off the top of my head that if you can't beat them right now, pulling the Resurrection of F Blues is going to be the thing that tips the scale for you being able to beat that event, right? They are a good unit. They're good in the difficult content, but they're not like the ultimate game changer like units that come out and are instantly the best unit in the game are. So that's why I would say that this banner is a pretty easy skip for most people. Now, obviously, when we do these summon or skip videos, I always talk about the fact that this advice is more leveled towards people who are free to play or who spend only a little bit. Obviously, if you're somebody who is a bit of a whale, you know, you like to dip into every banner, even if it's only a little bit, then obviously me telling you that this banner is probably the easiest skip for the, you know, this last quarter of the year probably isn't going to deter you from throwing a few multis at it anyway. And again, likewise, even if you are someone who's free to play and doesn't spend a lot, if you really like this unit and you've been waiting for them to come to Global ever since they came out on JP, then me telling you that you should skip them is probably not going to make a huge amount of difference. But for the people who do have to be careful about their summoning and plan out how they're going to use their stones, because, you know, you're not getting that many if you're free to play or if you're only going to spend a very small amount, those are the kind of people that need to hear that advice. So honestly, I would say you can live without them pretty easily. They haven't returned on JP yet to my knowledge, but obviously they're going to return on another banner in the future, which potentially is going to end up being a banner that you do want to summon on. and you can either pick up copies along the way or get them with red coins if you really want them, but I would also probably say they're not a unit worth getting with red coins either. But if we take a look at the banner itself, so we have the new unit, which is a Super Saiyan Blue Goku in the base. So this means he does have technically a farmable super attack. You can farm up that AGL base form Goku with the snow jacket from the Broly story event, awaken him into Super Saiyan Blue Goku, and then feed them in to farm the super attack for free. So that's worth considering. I don't know if that event is available at the moment. I think it might be available just with keys, but if you're watching this video and you don't have anything else to do for the rest of the evening until the banner comes out, you could go ahead and farm those up ready for the super attack. We have the side banner unit Jacko, who is pretty good. Definitely going to be useful for people who are having issues with the special pose mission for Cell Max. Because he has the built-in 70% chance to dodge, so he can make a very good slot 1 unit. But when we look at the rest of the banner, oof. So tech androids, I mean, we've had a big discussion about them recently. They're still pretty good, but I think they fell off in comparison to how good they were when they first came out. Super Vegeta is kind of the king of that, right? When he came out, he was the best TUR, and then as soon as the red zone dropped, he kind of immediately aged out. Physical Angel Frieza is in a similar boat. Beerus is pretty much completely aged out now, and so is STR Jiren. So if this banner doesn't change, the banner is awful. But I do have a pretty strong suspicion that the banner is going to change, because the tech androids were only recently on a banner. So I think we could see them switched out for somebody else. It would be nice if they switched out some of these other ones as well, because these last 4 here are all pretty terrible. But I could definitely see the androids being switched out here. Now, when it comes to who, obviously one of the ones we probably would have liked would have been our man Martian Vegeta right here. But because he came back on the Halloween banner for Global and is on the Bardock banner currently for JP, I can't imagine it's going to be him. So I looked down the list of units that have come out that have either not returned or like would potentially be next in line. And funnily enough, it is our boy Physical Raditz, one of the worst TURs released this year. So not exactly a huge selling point for the banner. I mean, is he a bigger selling point than the tech androids? I don't know. Maybe because he hasn't returned yet. Some people would be after a copy of him just for that, like, 200% team with the Farsha and the LR Bardock and stuff like that, which is a fun team to use. But yeah, I can't see him being added on there instead of the tech androids suddenly making the banner into a must summon. Now, the only thing, we could see a more aggressive, like, revamp of the banner, solely because Global is obviously marketing this as the thank you celebration. We are getting free tickets, which hopefully you've been doing your missions every day, so then when the banner comes out tomorrow, you are going to be able to do a free 5-unit summon with those 5 tickets. I'm sure there's going to be some people out there that are going to pull the Resurrection of F Blues. I wouldn't even be surprised if I see a screenshot tomorrow of someone getting the Resurrection of F Blues and Jacko in the same, like, 5-unit ticket multi completely for free. So that'd be pretty funny. But the one thing that does make me think that maybe they could be planning some bigger changes is we got the data download earlier, and we now know that alongside those Dokkan Fest tickets that we've been getting for free, that we could potentially be able to get more of, whether through missions or from the shop, there is also a premium ticket available. Now, the premium tickets are usually the things they do during the anniversary or some of these bigger celebrations, where they're often on the more expensive side of the ticket packs, but they usually end up being guaranteed featured as the multi. So, obviously I cannot confirm that, we just have this asset for the ticket in the files, but usually premium summon ticket implies guaranteed featured. So that's definitely going to be very interesting. This banner for me, because you guys know I want to be going all in on heroes, this is one of those banners where I would very much like to just pull a copy of them and a copy of Jacko and then just get out of there as quickly as possible. So if by getting these premium tickets they are indeed guaranteed featured, best case scenario is to pull both of the new units off the tickets, buy the sales, and then just keep all of those stones for the heroes celebration. So obviously when it comes to thinking about summoning on a banner, the other main thing you have to consider is what is coming next. So I brought up the schedule from not last year but the year before because this seems to be the timeline that we are kind of in now, right? We're getting the start of November Dokkan Fest. This was back in the day when the thank you celebration was just whatever JP had gotten for Golden Week, because we didn't used to do those celebrations at the same time. That was a huge detriment to Global, because these units felt completely aged out by the time they came out. So making Golden Week at the same time celebration is definitely very hype, has definitely been very enjoyable for the last 2 years in a row. And then, of course, Heroes comes out towards the end of November. So it was the 19th in 2020, it was the 25th or the 26th in 2021, so a week later last year. But I think that's because this 2 years ago, it came out a little bit earlier because this celebration was so empty. It was a dual Dokkan Fest, but other than getting like an Extreme Z area and a revamp to like a story event, we got like Extreme Z area, Easy A's, and then a chain battle, and that was basically it. And then Heroes came along. So this celebration is quite scarce as well, depending on what else they decide to port over. We are still behind a world tournament, so they could easily pad out this celebration and make it go all the way up until the 25th, 24th kind of time, and that's when Heroes is going to start. But regardless of when it begins, Heroes is the next major thing that a lot of people are excited for. As with every year, we're going to get a bunch of awakenings and we're going to get a bunch of brand new units. So with the Heroes banners being guaranteed featured, I mean, like, not only is Heroes hype for me in general anyway, but just summoning on the Heroes banner feels so much better than summoning on normal Dokkan Fest banners. Like, every time you get like a God animation, it means you're getting 3 Heroes units at least guaranteed, because the only SSRs in the Heroes banner are the Heroes units. So if you get a God animation, you're getting at least 3. And obviously we all know God animation can potentially be more. Over the last couple of years, I've had multis where you pull like 6 SSRs off of a God animation. And obviously on this banner, it means they're all Heroes units. So if we do continue to follow this, the end of November, I figure, is going to be like last year, where we're alongside Heroes, we'll get a bunch of other crossover buffs as well. And then we move into December, and then this is where the Tanabata unit used to come out on Global. So 4th of December or around that time is when we could potentially see Vegeta and Trunks release on Global, and then the Part 2 LR for them is LR Mozomasu, who could end up being the end of year double rates banner, or because double rates banners are now all Carnival banners, we could even potentially see the release of a new Carnival LR, maybe on both versions at the same time, because this Tech Gohan actually came out on both versions at the same time. So it'd be very interesting to see. And then other than that, there won't be any big new banner before the end of the year, but there will be the Dokkan Christmas banner, which is our equivalent of the Tanabata banner that has Vegeta and Trunks as well as the anniversary LRs. So that'll be your first opportunity to buy them with coins. That usually comes out on or around Christmas Day. The banner itself is probably not really worth summoning on though. So with the Resurrection of F Blues about to come out, Heroes and then Vegeta and Trunks potentially at the beginning of December are the main things you have to think about before the end of the year when it comes to thinking about how to use your stones. So let me know all of your thoughts down below in the comment section. How do you think the banner will change? Are you excited to summon for these guys? I know there are people out there that are hyped for them, right? There's people that are hyped for every unit, even if the rest of the community isn't as much. So I'm sure there are some people out there that are looking forward to summoning for them. Like I say, I think they're good. I want to get a copy of them. I'm just not going to chase dupes or anything like that with Heroes right around the corner. But I am definitely excited to summon for them. And hopefully we'll get some good luck. Hopefully I'll see you guys at the summon stream. So like I say, let me know all your thoughts down below in the comment section. Whether you're going to summon, what you think of the unit. How do you think the banner will change? Let me know all of that down below. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.